What is up, Will?
What up? What up?
Welcome everybody to Story of the Fight. We have a special treat for you today. We have Alex Alexander, up and coming lightweight out of Northern California. Alex, how you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Outstanding. Thank you for hopping on the podcast, man.
Thank you guys for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah, we always love to connect with up and coming fighters and kind of pick their brain a little bit. Will's chomping at the bit, I'm sure. Will loves talking to fighters as well. So he has 1,000,001 questions to ask you. I'm letting you know right now. Get ready.
I got a million one.
Oh, I love it, dude. He's ready to go.
Okay. How do you feel right now? You just had a fight, what, 3 days ago?
Yeah. 3 days ago. I feel pretty good. Just like a couple bruises, scrapes, nothing too serious.
How do you feel? You got what, a second round TKO?
Second round, yeah.
Hell yeah! And that's your first TKO, right? You have a submission win, but this is your first finish.
Yeah,
strikes.
that's my first TKO. It felt good. It could have went better on the feet for me, I think, but I'm glad I got the finish and everything. But I like working with Kai and all. Like, I felt a lot better, more comfortable on the feet in that one.
Yeah, I was talking to Kai earlier today, and he had mentioned that you started out mostly as a jiu-jitsu guy, and then
I started wrestling and to jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And so you had your first split decision loss, and he said that from there you kind of decided, okay, I need to level up my game and branch out further from jiu-jitsu, start training with MMA guys. How do you feel that has kind of shaped you going into this fight versus your last fight?
I just even just having like Kai in the corner, like to kind of explain stuff to me and like yell it out and just be there and having that confidence that I've trained with him and Nick as well, Nick Grieswald, like just the confidence of like them being there and me putting in the work, like from my last fight to this one, like night and day. I just felt like I was moving more, could have moved a lot more, but I was moving a lot more. My head movement was horrible in my last fight. I just was not moving it off the center line, just taking jabs at the face. And this one, I got hit a couple times, but I definitely felt more comfortable just moving around, like on the feet.
Okay, sick. How does it go ahead?
I was just gonna say, Nick and Kai, both friends of the podcast, right? We've seen the growth with Nick as well, working with Kai for quite some time. How long has it that you've been working with Kai and Nick?
Them since I want to say August of last year.
Okay.
Around August, September.
And so since August, September last year, what would you say would be the biggest learning since joining their team?
Personally, like just that it's not that hard. Like it's hard, but as long as you just like listen and do it, it's not that hard. Like some people like complain about like it's too hard to get into this kind of stuff. It's not that hard. Like if you have somebody, I'm pretty lucky with Kai. Like he's a very good coach. He's very patient, but it's not that hard if you have somebody that actually cares and wants you to like do better. But the biggest learning thing other than that is like moving my head. I would just take shots and like walk forward. But pretty much that.
That's so funny. You mentioned like how important it was or how like helpful it was having him in the corner and during the fight he's yelling certain things out. How is it? Because this is what, your third fight?
Yeah, that was my third fight.
How present are you in those moments when like shit starts to hit the fan? It's like you're in a fight, right? Like how present are you and how able are you to like focus in on your corner work and things like that during the fight?
I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at being more in the moment. Like first fight, it's like kind of was all a blur. Second fight, you're kind of there. I'm getting better at it. I felt more comfortable. I feel like in between rounds is when that kind of feeling is where it's like, oh my God, like I'm not here right now. But like this one, but when I went back to the stool in the second round, I like wasn't breathing hard. I felt like, all right, what's Kai gonna say? What's the feedback? I was just ready to listen and like kind of go back into the second round.
That's interesting because I think that's something that you know you don't hear a lot of people talk about in like MMA shows and stuff, right? You hear fighters go on like all these different shows, and I don't think we've ever really talked about it before on ours. But I think that's something that most people don't think about or they're curious about is like how much of it are you like present or is it just instincts and reactions versus
Yeah.
like you said being in the moment and things like that. That's super interesting to me because I mean I've never done
No,
it.
I definitely like for like jujitsu, you can kind of zone out and just go.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you kind of want to react a little more when it's like MMA. Like there was an exchange where he threw a hook and I kind of just ducked down and threw a combo. And that's just from like drilling with Kai, like him going slip, upper hook, cross, just some combo. And it just like, I didn't even think of it. It just like kind of happened. And that would not have happened in my last fight.
In that moment though, after you land that combination, you take a step back maybe or something. Are you like, oh dang, that was crazy?
I
Or
don't
are,
think I like throwing it. I remember I was like, I don't even remember doing that.
that's so funny.
I'd be stepping back, looking at my fist afterwards in the middle of the fight, like, did I just do that? No, that's fantastic. Going into this fight, Alex, how much game planning went into it with Kai, and how much of it was just like, hey, minimal game plan, go out there, make some reads, make necessary adjustments?
So the thing with that is we were game planning since like January because we had a certain opponent at first. Something happened, he pulled out, and then that was like maybe a week before the fight, and then or a week and a half before the fight, and then we get a new opponent, game plan changes, and then 2 days before the fight, he pulls out, and then I get a third opponent, and kind of similar game plan to the last opponent, but it's like a different opponent, so it's like you just have to change it up like here and there. But there, it's just you got to be able to adapt. Kyle always says that you got to be adaptable. So we were just kind of changing up the game plan every time. But as long as I had like Kai in the corner and Nick, like I wasn't really tripping too much.
That's pretty
awesome. That
sick.
just goes to show, man, like how much confidence that brings, just having the right people in your corner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
you get the
good.
wrong people in, and they're like, "Hey, new opponent," and they're like,
Yeah, I don't know what
"Do
to
you
tell you,
think-"
dude.
Like I don't know, man. We could do this.
Yeah. Ooh, that game plan we had, it's not gonna work this time.
So
It's
what?
being adaptable.
You take out Hayden Hernandez, right? TKO, I believe it was in the second round. Leading up to, was there anything that caught you off guard that you weren't expecting?
Maybe he was coming a little more aggressive than I thought. He was coming like forward a little more aggressive. He was throwing like just kind of wild haymakers from the get-go, and I wasn't expecting that. But other than that, I wasn't like shocked or worried about it when it was coming at me.
I think that's a
Oh,
good I mean that's a great sign because this is still you're still amateur, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like that's a good sign because sometimes you go to like amateur shows and stuff, and people can string along a handful of wins off just going out there and swinging haymakers. You know, like
Yeah. You definitely
so.
see it in the back room where they're warming up. It's like, what the hell? What are you guys doing here?
Yeah, but like I mean that's eventually that catches up. You can't do that forever, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Like you get to a certain level, like guys will just read that and back up.
yeah, exactly. But like what you just said, you get to a certain level, it's not going to work. Sounds like it didn't work against you. So what does that say about you? You know what I mean? So you passed that test already.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. But like, like,
This guy's
like
humble, dude.
I'm not
yeah.
scared to get hit. Like they still hit me. They hit me. I just got to get better at the moving part.
Yeah, he's like, I cannot stress this enough. I need to move my head more.
Yeah, I do, man. Like it's getting better, but it's not the best.
That's got to be hard though. I feel like you could teach people how to punch, right? And people like a lot of people inherently know, I guess, how to punch a little bit. Obviously there's a lot of nuance to it, but defense is not something that comes natural to a lot of people. That's something that you do have to like really work on. That kind of separates you from the pack.
Yeah, yeah. Like, especially when it's Kai. That's like Have you seen his head movement, man?
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to spar him. I feel like a child. I can't even touch him. So it's like when he's like the status quo of like what he like expects. I know he doesn't expect me to drop my hands and like do what he does, but it's just like if I just slip a jab, I'm like, nice. I did.
Yes.
Like, dude, I can
That's
go
so
pro
good,
tomorrow.
Well, you
Was-
talked
was-
a lot about the actual physical preparation, right? Working on your footwork, just your movement. You've mentioned a few times. How much are you like working on the mental preparation going into the fights as well? Like, how much time goes into that? What have you learned in that aspect?
For like the mental part of it, I honestly just try to like not make it bigger than it is in my own head. Like
Mm.
I'll go for a walk with my dog like during like fight camp. Just like I don't know, the more like you think about it, because it's always in the back of your head that like, oh, I have a fight like coming up in like a month or whatever. I just try to like not forget about it, but just distract myself a little bit, if that makes sense. Like play a video game or something, you know, just like hanging out with friends, not trying to like it's not the UFC yet, you know, like it's just an amateur fight, and like I'm just getting the like my experience, seeing how well my training has been going. So I just try to like relax, like not make it
See,
bigger
this
than.
is where we're different because you're like, it's just an amateur fight. Dude, you also just mentioned that dude was throwing haymakers at you, even though it's just an amateur fight. You know what I mean? So
The consequences are still real.
Yeah,
the
no,
consequences are very real.
are. And that's like the part where in the back of your head it's like, oh, like this is a fight, like he's gonna try to hurt me. But it's like I'm training too, you know, like I'm not just sitting on my ass like doing nothing.
Yeah, I just try to picture it because, like, what I do for work, I do like some presentations sometimes. I'll have to speak in front of large groups, dude. And if I know I'm presenting like a month ahead of time, it's eating away at me for an entire month. I can only imagine when I'm like, yeah, they're gonna lock me in a cage with somebody, and it's about to go down. You know what I mean? So it takes a different type of person. For you, you started off in wrestling.
Yeah.
You go jujitsu. When was it? Like you mentioned you play some video games, by the way. What video game? What's your like best video
We
game
playing
right now?
right now.
Like the best I'm at, I'm pretty good at Marvel Rivals. I play a little bit of Rivals.
Okay.
I like I played League of Legends for a while. I had to put that down though. That was too sweaty. But mainly like Rivals, like Madden, you know, like sports at UFC.
Okay, there you go. So let's say you're playing Madden, UFC. At what point was it that Alex is sitting down on the couch and he's like, I think I want to start fighting? Like beyond the wrestling in jiu-jitsu, at what point was they like, I want to punch people in the face?
So I think it was like 2019. I was really fat. It was like pre-COVID. I was like eating all day, and like I think it was during COVID when I was just like Uber eating like food to my apartment every day, and I was playing UFC and like video games all the time. And I'm a huge UFC fan. You know, I've been a big fighting fan for a long time, and I would always like in my head like, oh, I want to do that. And I remember a friend of mine was like, yeah, but if you do that, you gotta like train all day every day. Like you're never gonna do that. And it just ate away that he did that. I was like, I'm gonna prove this wrong.
Started a fighting career out of spite.
Out of spite.
That's like the whole Adesanya thing, right? Where he talks about Pineda and he's like, Pineda's gonna be that dude at the bar one day that's gonna be like, I fought that guy, and Pineda saw that and he's like, look at him now, bro. That's your origin story.
No, but that's it was a close friend of mine. He just talks shit.
So you're not gonna fight this guy later on, is what you're saying?
No, I like out of like a home. But
That's so funny.
That's good.
Damn. Man, so what? Okay, so what does it look like? You get your first TKO, right? The first one I saw a clip of your first fight, the finish. It was like a neck crank, right? Kind of you had him belly
Yeah.
down.
Frank, yeah, like a little
Yeah.
naked.
And then so this one you get a TKO. How does that feel compared to subbing somebody? Like, do you enjoy one more than the other? I'm sure this one it's hard to kind of separate just the finish because this had a lot more going into it than your first
Yeah.
fight, right? Or at least a different going into it. What do you like more?
That's a tough question. Probably last one because it's like I don't know, man. Because like a submission is like they had to give up, you know, like they
Mhm.
couldn't keep going. Because if you see like in the fight, I was hitting him and the ref was like fight back, and then he finally steps in and pulls me off him, and he was kind of like, oh, what, like, oh, I thought it was like, why are you stopping the fight? Like it was an early
Mm.
finish, but like if it was a submission, like he can't complain, you know, like it's like I won, like he knows I won. That so probably submission I would say is cooler.
That's a good reason. That's a good reason. You're like,
Yeah,
until I get a walk-off KO where where
yeah,
he's still laying there.
okay, well, that's different. He can't complain on early stoppage.
Yeah. Maybe that's next. You're gonna rack up. You'll get
Yeah,
a decision win soon. You'll get a walk-off KO soon.
like it like Thanos. I'm collecting the Infinity Stones.
Yeah. What
Alex,
how'd you celebrate?
I just drove home. Man. I stopped.
true professional. Act like you've been there before, you know?
Yeah.
Much going on out there. Like I don't want to gamble. Like I think I had a Bud Light when I got home. That was about it.
Nice. How was
Alex,
the go ahead, Romero.
I was just gonna say, you mentioned that you're an amateur at this point in time, right? 2-1. If everything works out the way you would like it to, how long before we go pro?
I think it just depends on how many amateur fights I can get in this year, next year. However, like honestly, any kind of fights I can get. Like I have a Muay Thai fight coming up in March. Like just any kind of experience.
Any
I just
fights? Rich, our producer, was actually saying he wanted to throw down with somebody here pretty soon. So
oh really?
no, but I'd pay to see that though. I would. Rich.
I just want experience. Like I've did a lot in jujitsu and like gotten to the point where like I'm not even scared anymore. Not saying like I'm a world beater, but it's just there's no like after you do an MMA fight going into jiu-jitsu, it's kind of like, all right, yeah, we're here to do jiu-jitsu, you know, like it's I still love training jiu-jitsu. I still love competing in it. It's just I know my hands is where like I'm not the best. So I need to get better at that. Kai's putting me in all these PKBs and like Muay Thai events. So how it depends on how fast I can level up and get better at that before I go pro.
How do you split up your time right now, right? Knowing that you have a strong background in wrestling and in jujitsu, because you also don't want to not practice wrestling and jujitsu, right? It is mixed martial arts at the end of the day. So how do you determine exactly how much time you still put into jujitsu compared to your stand-up, right? Like what percentage would you say you're putting into your stand-up right now?
Right now, probably like 80 or 90. Like it's because of the fight I had coming up, it was mainly just kind of MMA based, and we were kind of like the game plan, like in terms of drilling. So it wasn't like I was just going in and leg locking my boys every day and just like training. Like it was kind of like strike to shot, working that kind of stuff, like wall wrestling.
Mm.
So now that I have a Muay Thai fight coming up, it's like it's gonna be pretty much just striking, probably clinch work, depending on what Kai wants to get into. And after that, I'd probably go like a lot back into like grappling, just to like get back into it, and because it is my first love. I do love grappling. It's I'm better at it. I like compared to like striking, it's like a Corvette to like a Honda, and like better at grappling.
Dude, the Honda Type R is pretty legit, though. I'm telling you right now.
A Honda it's A to B, but it's not like pulling up in a Corvette.
Facts. Facts.
Oh, that's so funny. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 24.
24. Okay. Thanks. So yeah, you got plenty of time. You got plenty of time.
I got in my mind, I got no time, so I gotta get on it, man.
That's good mentality, though. Okay, so you have a Muay Thai fight in March. Where's that at? Is that here in California?
Hey,
Oh,
Hercules,
sick.
I think it is.
Okay, very cool. Maybe I'll try to go to that or something. That's close to
Awesome.
me. Let's see.
Well,
Ramiro,
Alex,
you,
I have another question for you, real quick. So how long has it been that you've been training full MMA? Was that the same time you said August, September?
I, like I've tried to fight since like 2020, but COVID happened and everything, and I was like looking at gyms. I was in Sacramento for a long time, and it it was just really hard to like find a gym that like really would care about you. So
Yeah.
then I got stuck doing jujitsu, and I kind of gave up on the MMA thing. So I was just doing jujitsu, and then my buddy fought, and I
Is
was
this the
like,
same guy that told you you wouldn't fight?
no, 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 no,
Oh,
different,
okay,
different.
okay. I was gonna say this is getting good.
Still trains. He does jujitsu with me and everything. He and I was like he had no training, not a gym to train at. He just hopped into a fight, and I was like, oh, what the like. If he can do this, I can do this. And I had way more like jujitsu and stuff training, so it was finding some like coach that like cared enough to want to like get you better, and I found those from like here and there, and it was just like not a good gym where I was at, so I moved to Modesto Gorilla, and that's where I found Mike Cruz, and I was pretty much still on like the jujitsu thing. I had one fight, whatever, but then he was like, after my last fight, Mike was like, "Hey man, like I can't. I'm just jujitsu. I can only take you so far." So that's where he kind of hooked me up with Kai, and that's
Good guy. That's a good guy right there.
and I love
Mike's sick.
the best
Mike's a
coaches.
cool dude.
So from that time until now, and getting all that training in, how has that changed you as a person? Like Alex the person, what's different about you now?
I would say my mentality, just that I think if I just put my mind to something, I can really get it done, and it's it's taken me this far, you know. So I just think having a stronger mindset, not being too what's the word, self-destructive, like
Oh,
if
that's good.
think that like oh like it's not going where I want to go, then it's not going to go where you want to go. You kind of have to have that. If I lost, forget about it. Like on to the next.
That's good
That's
stuff,
good.
man. Yeah,
That's
a lot
good.
of good learnings as you've been going through. We definitely see the potential there, right? And so we're super excited to see you continue going. One last question for you before Will starts asking you a couple of different questions. We like, again, we don't take ourselves too seriously, right? So Will has some questions for you. We heard that you're a fan of a couple different things, but you said 2019 you were just eating. What was your food of choice at that point in time, dude?
So there was this restaurant in Sacramento called Kiki's Chicken, and it had these like fries that they would just like dump a bunch of like wings and sauce on it.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing right now.
Very good. I think they're shutting down now though. I don't know. But like
Kiki's didn't make it past COVID?
I think it was just recently they just shut down. So they made it past COVID. I just don't think
Oh, dang.
maybe
Hey, well, shout out Kiki's.
4.3 stars.
yeah.
Hold it up. It looks good.
It it was like the fattest stuff you could. I was like with it and stuff. So I comfort food, like the people in there were really nice. So like that's kind of, I made a connection with the owner and stuff. So it was cool. But
Oh, dang. Oh, you were a regular then.
oh yeah, I was a regular for sure.
He said, oh, yeah.
I would order on Uber Eats, but if I was in the area, I'd go down in there.
No, they knew the order. They'd see a Uber Eats order come in. They're like, "Oh, Alex."
Oh, there's Alex.
It was first name basis in a mile away.
That's awesome. All right. Well, appreciate it, Alex. What we're going to do now, I believe Will has some questions for you. We
Yeah,
found out that you're a pretty big Pokemon fan, right?
Oh, the biggest
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Because we try to do a game every time we have an interview, we try to end it with a game.
All
So
right.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask you to build your dream team, your six, right? But there's
Yeah.
some rules.
This is awesome.
There's some rules. Only one starter.
One
It
star.
doesn't matter what generation, right? You can do anything. Only one starter, only one legendary. gotta have some guardrails because you can't be like, well, we're doing Rayquaza, we're doing Moltres, we're doing, you
Yeah.
gotta rein it in a little bit.
What about
So
pseudo?
pseudos, you can do as many pseudos as you want.
Okay.
This is where Ramiro's like, all right, guys, you can go ahead.
You heard Rayquaza. I actually went to school with a kid named Rayquaza back in the day. So I don't know what you're talking about right now, but I'll back off on this one right now.
All right. Who are we doing? Number one, first pick.
All right. I'm gonna start with the starter. I'm going Infernape. Like that. That's one guy. That's my favorite starter of all time, Infernape.
Okay. Yeah.
Two, I'm gonna go Staraptor. My favorite Route 1 bird. He's just a dog. I want a flying type. 3, I'm going Metagross. One of my favorite pseudo legendaries. He's just so cool. He's steel type. I'm getting 6, right? We're doing a team of 6.
We're doing 6. Yes, sir. So you got steel, you got flying, you got fire.
Water. I can't use a starter for water.
And you still got a legit legendary, and you can pull out also.
Okay. I don't. Yeah, but like it's like, come on, like I want to build a real team. I always see people do this and they put like a whole bunch of pseudos. I want a real team. Like I gotta catch myself.
Yeah. I respect it.
Water.
Respect it.
Probably oh my god, what's his name? You know the gorilla, not the gorilla, the panda with the leaf?
Oranguru?
No.
Or the panda?
Pancham? I can't remember his name.
The dark one?
Yeah, he's dark and he kind of like has like a leaf sticking out of his mouth.
Pancham?
Is it Pancham?
Yeah.
Or who Pancham evolves into? Pancham's the small one.
Yeah, his evolution.
What's his name? It's Pan something.
Pangoro?
Pangoro,
Oh,
yeah.
Pangoro, okay.
Thank
Pangoro.
God for Google, because I didn't know that off the top of my head.
Pangoro. I have all my Pokemon cards. I can look at and check.
So you got dark, you got steel, you got flying, you got fire.
Okay. I'd probably another pseudo legendary. I go Darkrai, just because Dark. Cool. Oh, and then I gotta finish it off with Gengar.
Oh, Gengar's the man. Gotta have it. Every team. I judge people pretty hard if their team of 6 does not include Gengar. If I'm being honest.
I love Gengar. It's like one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, he's the coolest.
He's on my Crocs. He's a giblet.
On the Crocs. Okay, sick. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up then. Let's see. I don't know. We don't have a Rich. Rich isn't on here, but we don't have a drum roll. We were talking about getting a drum roll, and we never did. And I think it's on me to do that, and I didn't do it.
By the way, I had to look up Gengar. He looks pretty cool.
Gengar.
He looks pretty cool.
He does. He looks pretty cool.
All right, here's what we're gonna do.
Saunter away.
You know what? Growing up, I was always so pissed that you couldn't just get him because I didn't have anybody to trade with.
And to trust, give him back.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh,
Here's the squad, dude. We got Infernape. That's a good starter. Well, also, what do you have a nickname? A fighting nickname?
Kai came up with one because I used to just be addict, and then he was like, "Nah, go full auto." And then backstage at my last fight, the announcer was coming up. He's like, "Oh, what's your fight name?" And I go, "Oh, full auto." And Kai's walking past. He goes, "That's what you're going with?" He's like, "Oh, great nickname."
That's so funny. Kai actually has a hidden talent. Kai's very good at fighting. He might even be better at creating nicknames for people.
Yeah, creating nicknames. He's very witty and funny with that stuff.
Yeah.
Alex, now that you see this, if you had one opportunity to change either one of these guys, would you?
I'd probably change Pangoro just because I need.
Who would you go with? Water type.
That's a tough one, man. Gee, I can't pick a starter.
Yeah, water starters are the strongest for sure.
Oh my goodness.
But you got some cool ones. You got Gyarados, you got Melodic, you got Cloyster.
I'm taking him out and not even going water. I'm going Dragonite. I'm just gonna put
There you
Dragon. No. I'm sorry. Scrap that. Garchomp. I gotta go Garchomp.
Ooh, that's good. Get a dragon in there.
Yeah.
That's another one I gotta look up. Garchomp.
That's so funny, dude. Ramiro's just like, I don't know what's going on here.
This guy looks
Wait.
pretty cool too.
Garchomp's sick.
Ramiro's gonna start playing Pokemon just from this.
No, dude. I mean, I'm looking at this Garchomp. He almost looks as good as that guy with the fire on his tail. That's probably my favorite one.
30th anniversary is coming up this weekend.
I'm gonna try to get one of those Santa Cruz boards.
Oh, I see. Those are cool. Those are cool.
We'll see what happens.
Well, Alex, hopefully you had fun on the podcast, man. We really appreciate you hopping on. For anybody that is tuning in, is there anything that you want to plug? Your Instagram, anything?
My Instagram's Alex Otto Alexander. That's pretty much it. No, I just appreciate you guys reaching out and wanting me to come on here. This was cool. This was fun.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely, man.
You got some fans for life in us, so looking
Thank-
forward to it.
Yeah, hopefully we see you here soon. Will said he might go out to a fight. Next time I'm in the area, hopefully there's something going on, Will, where we can go hit up the team, right? But seriously, appreciate you hopping on, Alex.
Thank you guys. This is awesome.
All right. If you don't mind hanging out for a second, for everybody else, thank you for tuning in for a special episode of Story of the Fight.